Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing really well. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a first impressions follow-up video. I did 2 first impressions videos in the month of February, and I wanted to come back and share with you some more thorough thoughts on all of the products since I have been using them for an extended period of time now. I do think that first impressions videos can be a lot of fun, and I do think that they have their value for sure, so you can get to see a product in action. And with me personally, I like to try out products in different ways when I do a first impression, which, I mean, in the month of February, I did double what I had done in the entire history of my channel. So it's very new to me, but I do try to play around with products in different ways, even in that very first initial application. But now that I've been testing out these products more, I do think it's really important to come back and share with you some more finite thoughts. Of course, my opinions on products can change over time, especially throughout going through the changing seasons. So right now we are here in winter here in Canada. And so my skin is much more normal than it is in the summertime. My skin can be a little bit more oily. Also, just my coloring changes. So the way that I interact with products do change over the year, but I have been using both of these lines for about a month now. I know that the videos did go up about 2 weeks apart, but I've actually been playing around with all of these products for about a month. I think the UOMA products I've been using for just a short while longer. And yeah, I am really excited to share with you some more thorough reviews. I really hope that you enjoyed this kind of content from me. Let me know what you think about it. But yes, let's just hop on into it, okay? So I'm gonna talk about these products basically like in order of application on the face, because I did also do a demo of these products and I want to insert them in a very like linear way. So I hope that you enjoy seeing that additional footage as well. So the first product we're going to talk about is the first one that I applied to my face today. This is the UOMA Beauty Say What foundation. In the demo clips, I am not wearing any primer. I just have my normal skincare routine on, which I had applied, I think, over an hour prior to putting this on. And I have this in the shade Fair Lady T2W. This does come in 51 shades, which is just so cool and so amazing. This shade for me personally right now is a touch too deep. You can see that in the demo. It is very warm. I think this will be perfect for me come the summertime. If not, it may be a little bit too pale for me in the summer, but I can make it work. And my personal preference of how to apply this is to apply it with a sponge. I did in the first impressions apply it with a brush as well as with a sponge, and I've come to realize that I do like it most definitely with a sponge. So I'll either apply the product directly onto my face and then buff it out with the sponge to give myself more of a medium buildable kind of coverage, or I will just apply the product to the back of my hand and bounce the sponge into that and then apply it onto the face, and that gives me more of a sheer medium coverage. It is still definitely nice coverage. It does perfect and even out my complexion, but I do tend to like the way it looks more so when I apply it directly from the sponge. And I just feel like it looks so skin-like, even though it does look very even. I'm so blown away by this formula and by this product. Right on first application, I was like head over heels in love with it, and I've been just putting it to the test and trying it out with different primers, different products below it. I've been trying to like set it with powder, play with it in combination with other products. Like I've mixed it with glowy primers before, and every single way that I apply it, I am in love with this product. It is like, I think that one day, if I ever get to the point where I need to have just like 1 or 2 tinted moisturizers and 1 foundation in my life, this will be the standalone foundation for me. I'm in love with it. And in the first impressions video, this was very, very liquidy, which was something that I had noted. I didn't really think that it was necessarily something bad or beneficial, but in time it has definitely thickened up. It is still, of course, a liquid foundation in the pump like this. It has more of a creamier consistency than it did previously. And I really don't know why that is, but I guess having been exposed to air a little bit more through the pump, or by there being less product in the packaging, somehow it's kind of thickened up, and it still looks and functions just as beautiful as it did on that first application. And I'm in love with this product. Quite honestly, I absolutely love it. Now, I did note that this kind of varies in price point, and something that I have noticed a little bit in kind of looking at these products more critically is that these products from UOMA Beauty specifically are way less expensive on the Beauty Bay website. I really don't know why that is. I don't know how that's even possible, but the Beauty Bay website has these listed even less expensive than the UOMA Beauty website, and I've not yet ever purchased anything from Beauty Bay personally, so I'm not sure what the shipping conditions would be like, but as a Canadian, I am blown away by the fact that Beauty Bay offers this for $43.75, where UOMA Beauty offers this for I think like $51 US, and it's $43.70 Canadian on the Beauty Bay site. That's just something to keep in mind if you're interested in purchasing from UOMA Beauty. I did forget to mention, actually, I was sent this from Look Fantastic, and I think it's around the $50 price point on Look Fantastic as well. So that is still like comparable to UOMA Beauty. I do also have a discount code with Look Fantastic, which gives you 20% off. I will note that, just as an aside actually, I did have a discount code with Look Fantastic when I did that first impression. That was Rebecca22 for 22% off. And while, you know, playing around trying to do some more research about the price points of all of these products, I tried to use that code on the Look Fantastic site and it's not working anymore. I do have a code for 20% off, which is Rebecca20. I have no clue why my code for 22% off is no longer available, but as you're watching that video, if you are going to go back and watch my first impressions, I do apologize. The code that is in that video no longer seems to be available, and I have reached out to the brand and haven't actually heard anything back. So I'm honestly not sure why that's the case. But yes, you can get 20% off of Look Fantastic in the US or in Canada for any product that I've spoken about in the past that I did receive from Look Fantastic. That's just an aside. The next product I want to talk about is the Merit Beauty. This product right here, this is the Minimalist Perfecting Stick. This I did also receive directly from Merit. You can use it for foundation or concealer. It's basically an all-in-one, very sheer but perfecting base product. And in the first impressions, I used it in both of those ways, but in the demo here, you'll see I'm just wearing it as an under eye concealer. And I do have it on right now. I'm wearing the full face that I applied for the demo. And you can see it doesn't brighten or perfect quite as much as other concealers in my collection, but I think that this looks absolutely beautiful as a more natural kind of product. And I am happy with the way that it looks. This I have, by the way, in the shade Ecru, which is a peachy kind of undertone, and I think it just works absolutely perfect on my personal under eyes. This does retail for $49, which is kind of crazy. Like, that's the Canadian price, $49, because this only comes with 3.7 grams of product. I just think that that is just kind of outrageous. The product actually fell out of the packaging, so it is like a stick, like I said. Oh my gosh, I just destroyed like a chunk of it. That's worth like $5 right there. It does come in this beautiful stick applicator, and you can twist up the product. But my product jumped out of here one day when I was applying it to my face. It just literally like bloop, popped out into my vanity, and I saw how little product is actually in here. Like, I got an actual visual of it because I always knew like 3.7 grams is very little. Like, that's not a lot of product whatsoever. But my goodness, it is tiny. I'll share with you in it. I do apologize in the picture. I had just cut up my hand using a peeler, but oh my gosh, that is so little amount of product, especially when it is catered to or like marketed to be a full face product. I just think that's wild. But this does come in 20 shades. It is actually so beautiful. I do really like the way that it looks, but there is very little product in here, so keep that in mind. I mean, it is definitely luxury pricing. It's really gorgeous as a full face product, as an under eye product, but I don't like the way that this looks when you set it with other products. It is really pretty. I really do like it. When I disconnect the price from it, I do like it, and because I did receive it in PR, I think initially I was able to kind of detach a little bit, but now having seen the actual amount of product in here, it's just like wild to me. but that's a matter of personal preference for sure. I don't want to deter you if it's something that you're interested in and you do have the budget for. It is absolutely beautiful, and the shade range is very well dispersed. There are 20 shades, as I said, and they do offer a really expansive range even though there are only 20. Next up, let's talk about the UOMA Beauty Double Take. This is a double-ended highlight and contour stick, and they are both cream products. Absolutely beautiful. I love the convenience of this being a double-ended product. And for the two items, of course, you can't eliminate one of the products, but for these two different cream cheek products, it is $50. However, it does seem to go on sale very, very often on the UOMA Beauty site. Actually, as I'm filming this on Friday, but it's gonna go up on Monday. It is currently only $20 US on the UOMA site, so it's less than half price. And I do see that happen quite often. So that is something to keep in mind. Keep your eye out for a sale on this. I did receive this from Look Fantastic, so I personally didn't pay for this product. But my goodness, am I so thankful that I did have the opportunity to test this out, because this is phenomenal. Now, I don't use this as a contour. This shade for me and my complexion is a little bit too deep and too warm to use as a contour. By the way, I don't think I said it actually, this is the Fair Lady Duo, and there are 6 shades in this range. So I have the Fair Lady one. I think this is the second or third in the range, but the range of this is so, so good. Again, it's UOMA Beauty. They are a Black-owned brand and very, very inclusive brand, and the 6 shades are just very well dispersed. But here is what the contour shade looks like, and as you can see, it is just very, very rich and warm. So I prefer it as a bronzer, and I absolutely love it that way, especially considering I'm not really one to want to contour. So this is just absolutely perfect for me. And then the highlighter is like a soft golden kind of shade. And it is maybe a touch too gold for me at the moment, but I have been able to definitely make it work. If I apply it with my finger, I can really sheer it out, and it just offers this beautiful luminescence, but it doesn't have any glitter or like discernible shimmer in it. It just is this beautiful, beautiful dewy kind of glow. And although these are both cream products, they do actually set down on the skin in a way that I can't feel them. Like, it doesn't feel tacky, it doesn't feel heavy or uncomfortable. It really does set down, and I can wear this as a standalone bronze and highlight. I don't have to just like set them down with a powder product. I do think that if I was to get the shade down from this, I could actually use it as a contour shade, but I'm actually really happy I decided to get this one because I prefer it as a bronzer. I just feel like I can offer a little bit of shape and warmth to my face all in one step using this. I really like applying this directly to the face, but I have also like put it onto a brush or onto the back of my hand and then applied it, and it works phenomenally every single way. It works great with so many different bases. It also looks so good on bare skin. I've worn this with just primer or just sunscreen underneath of it, and I freaking love it. It looks so, so good. So good no matter what the context. I am absolutely in love with it. And you'll see in the demo I did go over a second time, and I kind of built it up maybe a little bit too heavy for my preferences. So I just used this back of the sponge that had a tiny little bit of the UOMA foundation on it and kind of just applied that over top, and it blended. I was gonna say blend. It blended impeccably. It looked so good on the skin. So absolutely head over heels in love with that product, and I'm so grateful to have had the opportunity to test it out. I'm going to absolutely love it all summer long because it isn't that sticky kind of feeling. I think it's something I can actually wear even when I'm, sweating or biking, or sweating and biking. I think it'll actually be a product that does perform really well on me, and I do think it's something that I can foresee myself absolutely wanting to use up in its entirety. However, there are 11 grams collectively, so I think the one side has, so the highlighter side, this one has 5 grams, and this side has 6 grams in it, which I do think is actually really good that they didn't have them as the exact same weight, because you only need a tiny little bit of highlighter. But it will take quite some time to work my way through this if that's something that I ever want to do. So do bear that in mind. But if you want just like one cream highlight and bronzer in your life, highly recommend. So, so good. This next product is the Merit Beauty Flush Balm Cream Blush. I think that's what it's called. Flush Balm Cream Blush. I have the shade Terracotta, and in the first impressions video, this is the one that I did try out. I would actually be interested in trying some other shades. There are 5 shades in this range, and this one is the one that's catered to like more light skin tones, but the shade range is very inclusive. Even though there are only 5 shades, it does look like it could offer variety for a lot of people. So Terracotta, this one in particular, is a beautiful, warm, terracotta really is the perfect name for it, but it's a beautiful, warm, kind of red bronze shade. And as you can see, it sheers out to like almost nothing, but not quite nothing, you know? Like there's definitely something there, but it is very, very minimal. And it is a balmy kind of texture, as the name suggests. So these cost $36, and I know you can see this is a very small amount of product. This is 9 grams of product, and they retail for $36. That is quite pricey in my opinion. However, I will say, how often does anybody work their way through a cream blush? I do think that it's a very rare instance that you can actually use up a cream blush before the advertised shelf life or before a product does expire. So I do think that that's something that I personally do like about this product. I like that it has very minimal packaging and that this is a realistic and a very attainable amount of product to actually use up. But the price point is a little bit higher than personally I would like to pay for something with this little amount of product, because yes, it's something that I can actually possibly use up in the future and actually get through the entirety of the product. But I don't think that I would personally want to pay even over $30 probably for a cream blush. It's just not something that I've done in the past, and I don't foresee myself wanting to do that either. But this is absolutely stunning. Again, it is catered towards the more fair to light skin tones. I don't think that if you're a medium skin tone that this would even work for you. Myself, in the summer, I will probably be more of like a light to medium skin tone, and I don't think this will work for me and my preferences then either. However, I will put it to the test, of course, in the future. And I would be curious to try out some of the other colors just to see the impact that they do offer. But this one, personally, I really do enjoy. I think it's absolutely beautiful, but that price point is just a little too steep for me and my own budget and my own personal preferences. I just had to reapply my lip because I've been talking for so long, so I do apologize that this is a very thorough, lengthy video. I'm looking forward to the feedback. Quite honestly, you might not need to hear as much information as I'm providing, but let me know how you think or what you think about it. So anyways, let's move on, okay? The next product is the Merit Beauty Day Glow Highlighting Balm. This is a highlighter stick. It is a balmy kind of texture. Again, very comparable to what the blush offers, but it is more of a sheen kind of product. Like, it doesn't have any discernible glitter or shimmer in it either, but it does offer more luminosity than the blush does. This comes in 2 shades. I personally have the shade Bounce, which is targeted, or like not targeted, it's advertised as a rose gold, and it does have a soft pinky kind of tone to it, but I wouldn't really think of it as a rose gold. I would imagine a rose gold would be catered to more deep skin tones, and personally I am wearing it on my cheeks today, and I think it looks really good on my more light skin at the moment. The other shade is more of a champagne tone, so it all is a matter of your own personal preference, whether you prefer something a slight bit more cool or something the littlest bit more warm. Because truly, I can't imagine that there is a really major difference between the two. As you can see, I've sheared it out and it's virtually just a glow at this point. There really isn't anything that makes it apparently pinky or more rose kind of tone, if that makes any sense. This product is $39, so $3 more than the blush for 4 grams of product, so less than half of the amount of the blush. And you would imagine that this does have more product simply because the packaging, you can see the packaging difference. However, this is a very, very small amount of product, and I can shine my flashlight through this, actually just looking into my ring light. And you can see this entire void right here is empty. This is like the mechanism to twist up the product. And then this entire section is completely empty. There is nothing in here. It's entirely hollowed out. And I think that's really unfortunate because this is a little bit deceiving. As a normal everyday consumer, you might just assume that this has more product in it simply because of the height of the product, and this is actually completely void, which is not ideal, especially because this brand is catered as being very minimal, very clean, simple, and yet the packaging is a little bit excessive in my opinion. I would prefer to see it in something like this. I don't know how they would do that though, because they would want to have it small like this so that you can actually just apply it to the cheeks and not get it over an entire large surface area. I do believe that's why this is actually in this packaging versus this one. This is just to help you be able to target a little bit more, but it is a little bit deceiving in my opinion. All that aside, it is a beautiful product though. Like, I'm very, very fortunate to have this in my collection. I'm really, really happy that I have it. And I foresee myself wanting to use this up in its entirety because it is gorgeous. There's nothing that's discernible about it on the skin, and yet it offers this absolutely gorgeous glow. I can't seem to stop wearing it, whether I wear it without any other makeup or under other highlighters. I seem to want to reach for this all the time. I do love it. I do really love it, but they're a little sneaky with the packaging in my opinion. It can be a little bit deceptive, or it can seem a little bit deceptive. I don't think that that was necessarily the intention. I really do think that the point of the way that the packaging is done between the two different products is just based on an ease of application. This brand is all about everything being very easy, a 5-minute face kind of thing. So if you just swipe this on, it covers the entire surface area of the cheek. But then if you could just swipe this onto the top of the cheekbones, this applicator is definitely more ideal than something like this. But that is something to note. That's something that I did realize with the product. Next up is the Brow 1980. This is also by Merit. This is the only brow product that the brand does offer, and they offer it in 3 different shades. I have the shade Blonde, which is the lightest of the 3 shades. And as you can see, I'm not a blonde. I do have like a medium brown hair color. This is $31 for 2.4 grams, and the other 2 shades are deeper in the range. So this is something that is more suited to those of us with like medium brown hair down to blonde, maybe even auburn, because this does have a little bit of a warm kind of tone. This is a beautiful brow product. I love the way this looks through my brows. It's what I'm wearing exclusively through my brows today, and I do have one stubborn, angry, just drab looking brow, and I think that this product looks amazing through it. It looks so good. One thing, again, the packaging is a little bit excessive in my opinion, but I do understand, like, for ergonomic reasons, this wand is very, very long, and I feel like it helps me so that I don't put down too much product in comparison to some other ones that have like shorter wands. I do feel like I'm just more naturally going to be heavier handed with a shorter wand, so I understand this, but it was a little bit shocking in my first impressions. I was kind of startled to see that it was the opposite of what I anticipated. Like, I expected I would take this side out and the wand would pop out of this side. But all of that aside, it is so beautiful. This color is amazing on me. It looks so good on me. But if I look at it in terms of its price, $31 is a little bit expensive for the amount of product that you get, especially in comparison to other more high-end brands like the Milk Kush one. I believe it has double the amount of product, even though it costs, I think, $4 or $5 less. But I do think this is a beautiful product. It doesn't offer like long wear hold so that you can spike up your brows. Like, you definitely can't get like a super spiky defined brow with this, but you can get a beautifully defined, perfected brow that is more natural looking, but naturally enhanced looking. And I really like the way that this applies. I really like the way that this looks in my brows. It doesn't get crunchy or stiff at all. It just still feels like a really natural brow. And you know, sometimes my brow hairs do fall a little bit just as my bangs kind of interact with them, or if I smush up to Kendrick, my cat, like, my brows will fall, but I can kind of just like push them back up into place and it's totally fine. The product doesn't like flake or smudge. I wish that there was maybe a little bit more shade variety, but I do think because it isn't like a full coverage, it's not like a pomade, they can kind of get away a little bit more with having only 3 shades available. But let's move on to some mascaras. There is one mascara here that I actually didn't have in the first impression video, and I kind of kind of regretted it. I kind of wish that I had tried this out in the video and on camera with you, but I wanted to talk about it because it is by UOMA and it is a product that I did receive from Look Fantastic as well. This is the Drama Balm Extreme Volume Nourishing Mascara. I do have just the mini. I think buying minis is honestly the best bet for me personally when it comes to mascaras because I like to have more than one mascara open. I know that that's not the general consensus. I know a lot of people like to have just one open, use it for 3 months, and then toss it. I don't know why. I just can't be committed to one mascara ever, okay? But this is $14.50 Canadian on the Beauty Bay website, and it's $15 US on the UOMA site. So that's like 17 or something dollars Canadian. So that is a pretty big difference. Like I think it's about a $3 difference when it comes to purchasing it on the UOMA site directly or on Beauty Bay. And on Look Fantastic, which is where I did receive this from, it's $14.50 I think as well. So this is a very dramatic mascara. I'm wearing it on my right eye today, and I'm wearing another mascara on my left eye just for comparison's sake. But this is a volumizing mascara. It is a beautiful jet black kind of color. And I do think that this is really nice. The way that it makes my lashes look is so nice and dramatic, but not super clumpy or spidery. It still looks very well-defined, I suppose, without getting like kind of out of hand. You know what I mean? However, I do have issues with this smudging on me. I have very hooded, oily lids, and when I wear, you know, this Merit product, I don't like to set it. So I'm wearing this today unset underneath my eyes, and this will smudge eventually because this is very emollient. This will end up smudging under there. Some people don't have that issue, I'm sure, but I do have issues with like quite a bit of oil around my eye area, and I do have runny eyes as well. Like I tend to just tear up for no reason whatsoever. My eyes are very watery and oily. So this doesn't really stand a chance for me long term, but I'm super comfortable wearing this for, you know, a few hours here or there because I don't really leave the house anyway. So I do enjoy the way it actually looks on my lashes, both my upper and lower lashes. I think this looks absolutely beautiful. But I will, just as an aside, say that the first time I wore this mascara, I went skating and I had to wear a mask because it's a public area. And that was like the first time I had done like any active stuff with a mask on, and this just did me dirty. This smudged absolutely everywhere. This was not ideal for that sort of situation. I do think that that is quite common when it comes to mascaras with mask wearing. I haven't had that issue with any other formula, but like I said, I'm not really active with a mask on in most instances. So I don't know, take with that what you will, I suppose. And then the other mascara that I'm wearing on my left eye is this one by Merit. This is the Clean Lash. This one is $34 and it only comes in the one size and the one color. This is the black color. This is a more natural mascara, and I don't think from that distance you can tell the difference between the two formulas, but in the cutaways you will see the Drama Balm is much more dramatic, much more volumizing, versus this one is more of a natural, like black and enhanced lash, but definitely nothing dramatic, and it does offer more lengthening and separation versus the volume that the UOMA Beauty one does. This is a very long wearing mascara that I've had no issues with flaking or transferring whatsoever, even though my hooded eyes are always, they really do put mascara to the test. No issues with this whatsoever, no problem at all, and it washes off very, very easily as well, even though it is more of a long wearing sort of formula. It is super long wearing, smudge proof, budge proof, and beautifully separating, and I will give it credit for that. This is $34, like I said, so I think it's a little bit more expensive than other high-end mascaras, but in terms of like the luxury realm, this is right on par with other luxury mascaras, and it is very beautiful. It's just not my personal taste when it comes to mascara. Although I have been embracing much more natural makeup more frequently, especially considering I am at home basically all the time. So it's not that I hate that formula, it's just not what I tend to like to go for because I do tend to like more dramatic eye looks. But on a day like today, I do think that this mascara is absolutely beautiful and definitely fits the bill for the kind of look that I'm going for today. Makeup product I have to talk about. I do have actually two brushes to talk about after this, but this is the last makeup product. This is also by Merit. This is the Shade Slick Tinted Lip Oil. I have this one in the shade Marrakech. This is a beautiful, beautiful, like, I want to say like a muted coral kind of shade. I do need to kind of amp up the coverage of it and like reapply it because I've been talking so much, and it is so beautiful and so effortless. Like you can see, I can just kind of slap it on, mesh my lips together, and it offers this beautiful sheen. It is so stunning. This is $31 and it comes in 4 different shades. I really am happy with the shade that I did select. However, I would be happy honestly with any of the shades because they do look all very, very beautiful. This is 7 mils though of product for $31. I do feel like that's a little bit pricey, but again, that's just what the brand is. It's more of a luxury kind of price point. So, you know, it's all a matter of personal preference and, you know, do with your money as you will, of course. So personally, I really feel like this is a beautiful product. However, it is not very long wearing whatsoever. In the time of sitting down to film this video, I did have to reapply it in the middle and then reapply it just now just to amp up the coverage. However, you could see it wasn't totally worn away by the time I did reapply it. So I don't think that this is a product I would repurchase on my own simply because it isn't as long wearing or as like gel-like as other consistencies. This truly is a tinted lip oil, and for that reason it's not very long wearing. It feels absolutely so unbelievably comfortable on the lips, and it leaves my lips feeling very, very nourished even when the product and the color has kind of worn away. It feels very comfortable. It doesn't feel dry, and I do really like it for that. I do like the way that the e.l.f. tinted lip oils look, and I do feel like in terms of the look of the product, they are very similar, and they're only $6, and I think there's more product in that one. I find it impossible to find the amount of product in e.l.f. products on their website, and honestly on their packaging there just isn't any indication of that. But that's besides the point. It's only $6, but when that one does wear away, it's not as comfortable as this. That one really does make my lips feel very, very dry and parched and tight once it does wear away. So I feel like I have to apply that even more often than this one. So this one truly is very nourishing, but when it comes to like a lip oil kind of product, I've just been loving the Vesca one. I did receive that one in PR, and when I think about comparing that one to this one, hands down, I love the Vesca one so much more. It feels so gel-like and cushiony on the lips, and it offers this like coating on the lips that I feel like really just stays in place. It's not like an oil consistency that wears away so fast. It really does like lock down into place and last much longer than this does. I do think it's beautiful, but I probably wouldn't recommend this, just same like how I probably wouldn't recommend this either. I mean, when it comes down to it, makeup is so personal, but I am really happy to have all of these products in my life. No doubt about it. I will get use out of every single one of the products that are in front of me here and that I've spoken about today. But I just think there are some things that if I use them up and I had the opportunity to repurchase them or receive them again, I probably just would bypass that and use something else within my own collection over that product. And as I said, I do have 2 brushes to talk about as well. The first one is this Makeup Geek one. This is the angled stippling brush. I used this in the UOMA Beauty First Impressions video, and I really liked this on first impression, and I still really like it. This brush is currently on sale for $3 on the Makeup Geek site. I have a feeling they're probably discontinuing it. It regularly was priced at $10, which I still think is a great price point. But for $3, like you just can't go wrong. And this is a little bit more flexible than some other kabuki style brushes, but I think this just puts down product so flawlessly, so seamlessly, and so just nicely on the skin. I've used this with several different products, including not only foundations and tinted moisturizers, but also some other cream cheek products. And this synthetic brush, it doesn't hold any product whatsoever. It really does help to apply all of the product, but it just looks so airbrushed and so seamless and so beautiful on the skin, no matter what product you use this with. Like even with concealer, I find a lot of concealers, I don't like to use them with a brush because they can look streaky and cakey, but with this, I can kind of just like dab and stipple my under eye area, and the product just looks flawless, phenomenal. Every freaking formula I've used with this, I love it. I like that this is a little bit of a smaller kind of kabuki style as well, and it has that angled tip that I think fits really nicely under the eyes, around the crooks of the nose, and just like up into the hairline and like right here by my ear. I feel like I can really help, or like I can really blend out product very effortlessly with this brush. I am so happy I decided to purchase this, and I've been using this very, very often. And then the other brush is by Merit. This one they did send to me alongside the rest of the range. This one is called the #1 Tapered Blending Brush. This is the only brush that the brand offers, and it is supposed to work with both the like concealer foundation kind of stick, but also alongside any cheek products. And personally, I do like it with the concealer and the foundation by Merit. But with other brands, I find that I get a bit more of a streaky application. I think this is not the most densely packed kabuki, and neither is this one either, but there's something about this that has a little bit more flex, a little bit more give, and I find it doesn't offer as seamless or as airbrushed of a look as other brushes like this one. This one really is so seamless and so airbrushed looking with any formula, but this one, I find that it can leave some streaks. It can make my like tinted moisturizers even look a little bit cakey, even though if I apply them with my fingers or with a sponge, they just go so effortlessly, or even other brushes like the Makeup Geek one. But I do like this for the application of like just using it with a cream blush or a cream bronzer, because this does offer like a little bit more surface area, and I find that I can just kind of apply it onto like the stick or onto the back of my hand and then just work it onto the cheeks, boop, 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 just kind of buff it. But on a larger surface area, I don't seem to like this as much. And this is something I wouldn't really recommend at all, just because this costs $39 and I do feel like it's not as versatile versus this is $3. I really hope this is in stock by the time this video goes up, because this is $3 and it's so versatile and it works with any cream and liquid products in my personal experience. So yeah, I know that was very thorough and maybe a little bit too thorough, maybe a little bit too rambly, but I hope that you enjoyed hearing all of my follow-up thoughts on all of the products that I tried in First Impressions videos in the month of February. I really think it's nice to look back on my experiences with the products, not only in that First Impressions, but to really come back and share with you more thorough thoughts and how I really feel about these products. So I hope that you enjoyed hearing my opinions on all of these products. Again, I'm very, very thankful to have received all of these products in PR, except for the Makeup Geek brush. I didn't receive this as PR, but I'm very thankful to have had the opportunity to try these all out, to really share my experience with you. So I hope that you enjoyed hearing all of my thoughts on all these products. There will be some affiliate links down in the description box, but they are not affiliate links with the brands or the companies themselves. They are just affiliate links through Magic Links, so it's a third-party sort of affiliate link program. But yeah, that's everything for today's video. Thank you so much for watching and for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone!